to the graveyard. This is totally unrelated. I'm pretty sure these are morning glories. They look like morning glories. They are growing like a weed, like morning glories. I don't know if somebody planted these or if they just happened to grow, but they're awful pretty looking. I don't know if they're morning glories or not. I'm just assuming they are. Alright, this is the Stanton Cemetery. See? And there's all kinds of old graves in here. Just thought I'd show you. This is where I plan to be buried currently. I don't have a plot or anything, of course. I'm only 25. But at the moment, I'm thinking I'd like to be buried here. This is what I've been thinking since I moved over here. I thought since this was the first street I ever lived on of my own place, it'd be neat to also be buried here when I die. That'd be cool. That's pretty neat. This guy was born in 1888. World War I. That's neat. This guy here, World War II. Gotta respect our veterans. There's a whole lot of graves like this over here. Little kids, little babies. You see this guy, he must have died at birth. Actually, she must have died at birth. 1912 to 1912. Same year Titanic sank. But yeah, the older back you go, it seems like the bigger these graves get. Harder to read too, some of them. You see this fellow over here, she, I keep mixing them up. 1830 to 1916, that's pretty cool. You see this guy, can't even read what that says. 1836 to 1911. It's a pretty church, I've been inside there once. Alright, we got some of these guys. These are real old, can't even see what these say really. Can't even see the date on most of these. It's pretty neat. Except for this little one over here. I like the way that some of these old stones aged you all the way down to the last minute. You see, I don't know if you can see that or not, but it says aged 13 years, 4 months, 7 days. When I die, that's how I like to. That's how I like to have my cemetery. That's how I like to have my tombstone narrowed down to the exact day is what I want written on my tomb, just like those old ones. This is where we all end up one day. You see this guy, you can't even see any of that. Some of these graves have fallen down. Yeah, the further back you go, the bigger these tombstones seem to get a lot of times. I don't know why. Maybe that means back in the day tombstones were cheaper. No. But it's kind of interesting. Why is there a bee following me? I don't know. But it's kind of interesting to notice. It's where we all end up someday. I'm really hoping in my lifetime they invent some sort of immortality, some way to cheat death permanently, because I gotta tell you, I am in no hurry to join these folks. I don't want to be here, ever. I enjoy being alive, even on my most depressing days. I would still rather be alive than dead. But I know someday I will be. Can't try to bullshit my way out of that. That whole immortality thing is kind of a pipe dream. No, that's not gonna happen. This poor guy was an infant, 1846. 1846. Long time. 1846. Hell, the Civil War hadn't even been won yet. Can't remember what year it started, but I know it wasn't. I'm pretty sure it wasn't done yet. Not sure. I have to look that up. But yeah. So walk through the valley of the shadow of death, you know. But I always felt pretty at ease in cemeteries. I always felt pretty right at place for whatever reason. I always loved cemeteries. When I was a kid, I would ride my bike to the cemeteries in town, talk to the graves. Sometimes they were family member graves, sometimes they weren't. I didn't know any of them except for my Uncle Gene. He didn't die. He didn't die till I was 12. I didn't go visit his grave till I was older. But elementary school, I would talk about as early as 3rd grade, riding my bike to the cemetery, talk to the graves, talk to these people I never knew. I always just felt right at ease at a cemetery. I don't know why, it's just something about it. It's just so much. I really like this church too. It's a real old church, obviously. considering how old some of these graves are. Can't really see the beauty of the church out here, but I've been inside it once. And when these windows from the inside are beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I don't know why churches don't have windows like that anymore. The stained plain glass, whatever the hell it's called. But it's beautiful. I'm not even a churchgoer. Can't even reach some of these old guys. They've been dead so long. This poor guy, his stone's broken. Man, just think. These people long been forgotten. They had lives and children, families, you know, mothers and fathers, their own. Husbands and wives. And now they're dead. Everyone they ever knew is dead. Every connection that they had to the living world is dead. Everyone who had their memory is dead. These people they're forgotten. Just like we'll be someday. Man. Andrew T. Miller died August 10th, 1862, aged 26 and 17 days. I can't see how many months. It says something down here at the bottom, but it's too faded. You can't see what it says, unfortunately. Somebody once loved this guy. He only lived 26 years old. You know, that's my age. I'm going to be 26 in January. Can't imagine dying at this age. But, well, you know, that was the norm back then. People died young. It says, Father Jess Morgan, 1827 to 1889. We got Mother Priscilla Morgan, 1837 to 1888. It says erected by daughter Anna. That's nice. Daughter Anna, I'm sure, is dead now too. Hell, this is probably Anna's grave right next to him. I just can't see what the hell it says. As a matter of fact, I think it is. It says something Morgan, I can't tell. But I can definitely see a Morgan. Unfortunate. But you know, long time ago. Look at this poor bastard. This whole tombstone just crumbled. I bet this is more than one, I don't know. But, poor guy. Alright, I'm pissing off all these animals, so I'm just gonna head back now. Every now and then, I like to come through here. I like to walk through the cemetery a lot, quite often. Quite often. Every now and then I like to come in here and look around, read the graves, Sometimes I talk to them. You know, they might be forgotten to everyone, the whole world. They're not forgotten to me. I didn't even know them, but I will never forget them. Because that's my biggest thing when I die, is being just forgotten. Just fading away. Just not mattering anymore. That's my biggest thing about death. And since I don't want it to happen to me, I wouldn't want it to happen to anybody else either. These poor guys. Who knows where they are now? If there's any sort of afterlife. Only aged a year. All kinds of, you come over here, there's all kinds of stacked up broken pieces of tombstone just everywhere. I guess they broke. Nobody knew where to put them or something, I don't know. Stuck them out of the way, I don't know, but there's a lot of broken ones up here. This is kind of a neat grave right here. I'm not sure if you would call that an above ground grave or what. Like, I really doubt that under that slab is the casket, but it's kind of neat. Look at this guy. Must have been a, what is that, a trumpet? Trombone? Actually, kind of looks like a trombone. Some kind of musical instrument player. Must have been a veteran, too. Unless that flag's for his neighbor, I don't know. A lot of veterans in here. I don't know what the hell this means. It says, okay, so this guy must have been a veteran. Must have fought in some war. It says GAR 1861-1865. I don't know what that is. I'm not sure what that is. I'll have to look that up. I don't know if that's his name. I don't think so. I mean, that's what it says on his goddamn flag. So, yeah, we got some more piled up graves over here. A lot of graves just kind of must have broke down. Stuck them over here. I don't know if I came over here or not. But yeah, let's check this one out. What is this? I don't know if this is one grave or two. Age 22 years. I like to believe that they're in a better place. I'd like to believe they're somewhere, anywhere, period. Even if it's not heaven, even if it's reincarnation or some other sort of afterlife, I'd just like to know that they're somewhere. Instead of just dead in the ground. This is actually kind of a pretty view. I don't know if you can really tell on the camera, on this crappy cell phone camera or not. But there's my house way in the background there, surrounded by, you know, the forest and all that shit. It's pretty neat. Pretty picture over here, I think.